Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a full tutorial on how to create a coloring book to sell on Amazon KDP. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm right here on Amazon and I'm going to start by just searching coloring book 4. I am using Titans Pro. I use this for every coloring book creation that I do. It's a really great software that tells you what keywords are most popular and have the most demand and opportunity. You can pay monthly or yearly. I went ahead and just bought the lifetime subscription. Right here, Titans Pro Amazon, it says purchased. I bought this with my own money because I really do believe in the product. So it's only $149 for a one-time purchase and then you can use it forever. I will have Titans Pro linked down below if you want to try it out. All right, so coloring book 4, and then we're going to go ahead and sort it by demand and opportunity. So I want to do the highest opportunity. So ideally you want to have green, green. So for the numbers, 0 is the lowest and then 9 is the highest. So I'm looking right here, coloring book for kids bulk. That's not going to work because we're not creating in bulk. Christmas coloring book for toddlers. That's strange that Christmas is highly searched in July. Disney, we want to stay away from that because that's trademarked. No bleed. Okay, so coloring book for boys ages 8 to 12. We're going to go ahead and do this one right here because it has really high search volume and low search results. So ideally you want the search volume to be higher than the search results, which it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. We can kind of see what's out there. Titans Quick View right here. This is a free extension. I'll have this link down below, but this gives you some information right here about the search term. I'm going to go ahead and scroll past all the sponsored listings. I'm just trying to get an idea of what's in these coloring book for boys. So dinosaurs, transformers, monster trucks, sports. I keep going. So this book right here, coloring book for boys, is a KDP book and it has a ranking of 38,000 in books. $7.99. I'm going to use Self-Publishing Titans book sales calculator. This is right here at the top under general KDP tools. There's the sales calculator and then the royalty calculator. I'm going to use both of those. These are free tools to use. Okay, so I put in the BSR of 38,409. This book is making about 9 sales per day or 270 sales per month. Now I'm over here on the royalty calculator to see how much this book makes per sale. And the royalty amounts did just change on June 10th, so this is updated with the new royalty amounts. I put in the book details, 8.5 by 11, 64 pages, and then $7.99. I press submit, and the book royalty amount is $1.16 per book. So this book is making about $10 a day. If you multiply the royalty amount by the number of sales per month, it's making about $313 a month. So on its own, this book is not a full-time income, but if you had multiple books like this that were selling this well, that'd be a pretty nice income. Here's another KDP book. Here's another one right here that all have really low BSRs. Here's one right here from Create Space. That's also KDP as well. It was called something different back in 2018. And here's another one right here, Sports Coloring Book for Kids. All right, so now that we've validated the niche, we're going to go ahead and create these books. We're on ChatGPT. I do have the paid version of ChatGPT for $20 a month. You can still create images with the free version of ChatGPT. That's what I was doing at first whenever their new image generator did come out and I was just trying it out. But I kept getting hit with a limit on how many I could create in a certain time frame. So it's not like a set limit per day, but it does time you out if you create too many images at one time. But you can definitely start with the free version and kind of try it out yourself. Okay, so I said I'm creating a coloring book for boys ages 8 to 12 to sell on Amazon KDP. Can you give me 50 different coloring page ideas and prompts to use for my coloring book? I'm thinking of dinosaurs, race cars, trucks, motorcycles, skateboards, etc. I want these images to not be overly simple, but not overly complicated either. I want outlines only that are perfect for coloring. Okay, and then ChatGPT gave me 50 different ideas. Now, I don't just take these as is. I do read through them and kind of see if I want to create that image or not, and I'll just ask to regenerate if I don't like those ideas. So the monster truck crushing cars, I kind of just want a monster truck by itself first to see what it looks like. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT, can you create a fill-in-the-blank prompt for me to use? I want these images to be bold, outline only, cartoon style for kids, slightly complex for 8 to 12-year-olds, 8.5 by 11-inch size. So it gave me a prompt that I can fill in the blank. Right here, the main subject, I'm going to put monster truck. Okay, so here's the image that ChatGPT generated. I do like it overall, but there's a lot of black shading. I find that I get a lot better results if I just ask a simple question and let ChatGPT figure out what I'm trying to say. I said, do you see how there's a lot of solid black in the picture? So it says, yes, there are several large patches of solid black. So I said, yes, please update our image guidelines for this chat to include. And I'm just copying and pasting what it just told me. Okay, so now my image guidelines are now saved. So I'm going to go back up and I'm going to regenerate this prompt. I'm going to copy it. Okay, so here's my new image. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the image we got before. So here's the before, and then here's the after. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on generating. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste all of these prompts into a blank Google Doc. All right, so race car speeding around a track. I'm going to try that one next. So I'm going to copy my prompt. and copy the next idea and paste it. Okay, so I didn't like the race car image that ChatGPT generated, so I'm just going to pause the recording and try out some different prompts, and I'll come back whenever I'm done. Okay, so I wasn't really liking the images that I was getting. This one's okay, but there's kind of a lot going on in the image, and I wanted them to be a little bit more simple. Looking at the books that we're selling on Amazon, like this one right here, the images are really simple and only kind of one character or object per coloring page. So I'm going to copy the prompt that we had, and I'm going to kind of edit a little bit. So I just took out all the details about a background, and I'll see what this gets me. Okay, so this looks a lot more clean and more what I'm looking for. And I'm just going to pause here while it's generating these images. I'm going to generate about 10 and then I'll come back. Okay, so here are the images that I have so far. I have the race car, I generated a dirt bike, a big rig semi-truck with flames, helicopter, a T-Rex roaring, a triceratops, which this one looks a little too friendly, so I'm going to edit this. Now, I didn't like the images where I said skateboarder doing a trick mid-air. I just kind of want the subject, like the object, not a person. I did a BMX bike, a rocket launching, a motorcycle, a snake coiled and ready to strike, and then a great white shark snarling with teeth showing, not too scary. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit some of these before I download them. So on the T-Rex, I noticed that his claw right here looks a little strange, so I'm going to select that. And then his nose also. Claw looks smudged and nostril isn't fully formed. Please regenerate. So here's my T-Rex. Now that's edited and the claw and the nostril are fixed. So most people would probably be happy with these images, but I am a really picky publisher and I like to really look at each image and really look for anything that doesn't look right or that I would notice if I was coloring it. So the snake, for example, see how the tail, whenever it coils around, it should coil this way and then it coils this way right here so it doesn't match. So I'm going to have ChatGPT fix this and then regenerate this image. And the shark, see right here on the gills and then this line right here, it doesn't look right, this area right here. So I'm going to have it regenerate this as well. So for the snake, I said end of tail doesn't line up, coiling in two different directions, too much solid black inside the mouth. I just want to show you what I'm typing in to edit images so you kind of have an idea of what it takes to get the image to be corrected. So I don't like all the images that it regenerated. So normally I would just kind of tweak the prompts and even start a new chat. If I don't like what's coming in this chat, I'll just start a new chat. And I get better results that way as well if I use the same prompt just in a new chat. So for the shark, it gave me a couple of different options, but some of them were not what I was wanting. I think the better option is the first one that it generated, even though I don't like this line right here. I can just edit that in Canva. The triceratops as well, it looked a little too friendly whenever I first generated it, but that's the best option out of the ones it gave me. I said more fierce, and then it gave me this option, which I don't like the mouth and face area. And then here's the other one that it gave me, and the triceratops is standing up, so I don't like this one either. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the best of the images that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what the next step is. So to download, you just press this arrow right here. In Canva, I'm doing 8.5 by 11 canvas. Make sure it's in inches. I just dragged and dropped all the different images. I'm going to make them bigger. And now I'm just going to clean up the images and make sure that there's no errors or weird things with the image I don't like. So right here on the light of the motorcycle, I'm going to remove those two lines that I see. I'm using Magic Eraser. Okay, this one looks fine. Just centering the images. Make this bigger and also turn it to the side a little bit. Whenever I remove the background for this one, it removes some of the black on the helicopter. I'm going to click restore right here. Okay, so I always want to go through my images and make sure I'm delivering a quality product. I don't want to just generate things with ChatGPT and just upload them without making sure that they're high quality images that I'd actually want to color. I'm going to try and remove this line right here that's by the gills. It just looks strange to me. Again, I'm probably being super picky. I'm sure most kids wouldn't even care. And most people wouldn't even notice what I notice, but I just want to make sure I'm delivering the highest quality product. Just going to carefully select, okay, and then erase. Now, if it removes part of the black that you don't really want, you could always just type in gills. This fish right here has gills. I'm going to change it to black, and I'm just going to crop it where I only have this gill right here. Now, as you can see, part of the fish is in here. So what I do, if you just get that part highlighted, go to Tools, choose White, and you just color in the part that you don't want. And then you highlight, move the shark over for a second, highlight and group that together. So it groups the color that you just colored in and the gill. I move the shark back. Here's our new gill. I'm going to erase these gills. I'm going to arrange these gills instead. Okay, so those are my gills. And then down here, see how it kind of erased some of the tail? I'm just going to go back to tools and try and get the width of the line to be similar. I'm just going to color in this a little bit. Okay, so those are all of my images. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download all of them as a PNG. So pages 1 through 12, and then transparent background. Normally I would have about 50 images in my coloring book, but I'm going to just do 12 for this example. Now I use Big JPG as an image upscaler. I've tried the image upscaler within Canva, and I don't really think it upscales very much. In my experience, the images look the same. And so I use Big JPG. I've used it for years. It's what I'm comfortable with. I have the plan for $22 for the entire year, and you get 2,000 upscales per month for a whole year. So it's well worth it just to pay $22 and be able to upscale all the images that you want, or I guess 2,000 within a month, but I never use 2,000. And you can bulk upload as well. So I just uploaded all 12 images, and I'm going to press start and then 4 times enlarge all images below, and it'll upscale all of them at the same time. I'm not an affiliate for Big JPG. I just truly use this for my own business, and so I'm just sharing with you what I do. Okay, so while our images are upscaling, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step. I'm going to use BookBolt to put my coloring book together. I have used Canva in the past, but what I find is sometimes whenever I upload them to KDP, the images are over the margins, and it's really frustrating whenever you spend so much time creating a book and then you finally download it and you're uploading it and then the margins are off. So BookBolt is really nice because it's built for KDP, and so all of the margins are already in here for you. So you know whenever you press download on an interior from BookBolt that the margins are already going to be done for you, and there won't be any issues whenever you're uploading. So here on BookBolt, I'm going to do project, and I'm going to go to new project, boys coloring book, 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go ahead and just set up the book like it's a full coloring book, even though we only have 12 pages. I might actually finish this coloring book and actually publish it. And so I'm just going to do 8.5 by 11, black and white with white paper, no bleed, because our images are not going to go to the edge of the paper. We're going to have a border, which I'm going to show you in BookBolt. So I'm going to do create project. So you can design the cover in BookBolt too, which also is an issue in Canva. I have trouble with the margins, making sure that my title and everything is centered on the actual cover. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like in BookBolt. Pricing for BookBolt is either $9.99 or $19.99 per month. I am partnered with BookBolt, and I have a coupon code down below in the description. It's Catherine20, and you will save 20% for as long as you have BookBolt. It's not just for the first month, it's lifetime. I do have the Pro plan because I do use BookBolt to create word searches as well. So if you want to get the puzzle creation software, then you do need the Pro plan. For the coloring book interior that I'm going to show you today, all you need is the newbie plan because you're not using the puzzle creation software, but I highly recommend just getting the Pro plan. I'm going to have tutorials coming out really soon that show you how to use the puzzle creation software within BookBolt. So having the Pro plan will just set you up to be able to create all types of books, not just coloring books. So I'll have that coupon code and link down below, and you can actually sign up for BookBolt for free right now with a free 3-day trial. So you can actually follow along with this tutorial and get started for your first 3 days for free. Okay, so all of our images are ready to download. I'm just going to scroll down and press download all. I'm going to put all these images into a folder for me. And I'm going to upload my images into BookBolt. Okay, so I just uploaded all of my images from Big JPG right into BookBolt. Whenever you upload your images, you just want to press save afterwards at the top. I'm going to do every other page. I'm going to do an image and then a blank page. That way whoever's coloring it, the pages won't bleed through onto the next coloring page. It's nice too because BookBolt will tell you which images are already in a project, so you know which ones you haven't uploaded yet onto your document. Okay, so now all my 12 images are uploaded. So here's why I like BookBolt, because you can move the image around and then see these green lines right here. Those are the margins. So as long as your image is within these green margins, you know you won't have any errors or issues whenever you upload to Amazon KDP. So I'm going to add a border to my image. So I'm going to go up here to shapes. I'm going to do rectangle and stay within those green margins. For the border, I'm going to do fill color, transparent. Then over here to the border, I'm going to go to 5 and black. Okay, 5 isn't quite thick enough. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to do like 20. Now, because I changed the stroke, I'm going to make sure everything's still within the margins. So now my image has this border around it, and I know that it'll be within the margins and won't cause any errors for Amazon KDP. So I'm going to copy that border, and I'm going to paste it on my other pages, and I'm going to make sure it's still within those green borders. Make sure you hit save after every page so it saves what you're doing. So now that the interior pages are done, even though we just have 12 for this example, I'm going to go ahead and show you how we can do the cover. So here's our cover template. So it shows you where the margins are. I'm going to go over here to shapes, and I'm going to press on rectangle. And I'm just going to fill this across the entire page. So I always like to go over, see where I'm going over the margins, just to make sure that the entire cover is fully covered with the color that I'm choosing. Okay, now for the text, I'm going to click on the text box right here, and I'm going to add a heading. Now the text is black right now, so I'm going to change it to white so we can see it. And I'm going to type in coloring book for boys. Now I don't want to use just a standard font. BookBolt gives you all of these fonts that you can use, but I get my fonts from Creative Fabrica. I have an affiliate link down below where you can get your first 10 downloads for free. And then it's only $47 for the entire year after that. So I typed in font for kids and selected fonts right here. Now I actually really like this first one right here. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to use the font previewer and do coloring book for kids. And that font looks really cool. So I'm going to go and download this font. And in BookBolt, I'm going to go to My Fonts and upload, and then upload the font that we just downloaded. Press OK. Now I'm going to select my text and then choose my font. Okay, so I just added 3 separate text boxes. I did coloring, book for, and then boys. Now I'm going to lock the background layer so it doesn't move. Okay, so here's my text. I went over here to effects and I did the border, and then I turned the weight up to 100% to get the outline. And these are all separate text boxes. So I have coloring in one text box, book for, and then boys. So I can adjust the spacing how I want it. And I'm going to highlight all of them and then right click and do group objects, so I can move all these together and center it. Now in ChatGPT, I went ahead and uploaded my images that we edited from Canva, and I said, can you colorize this image for my coloring book cover? I want all details kept the exact same. And then I got colored versions of my coloring book pages to use for the cover. So I'm going to go ahead and download these. Over in Canva, I'm just going to upload these so I can remove the background. So I'm just removing the background. For these, I'm not going to upscale them because it's just for the cover. So I think it's fine as is from ChatGPT. Make these bigger. I'm just downloading the colored images that I just uploaded, the transparent background. I'm going to upload these into BookBolt. Okay, and I'm going to place them on the cover. Okay, now I can resize as I need to. And I actually don't really like this text after all, so I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it. I'm going to change the color of the word boys to match the blue that we have on the coloring book image. I'm going to go to Pipette and then select one of these colors of blue so it's more cohesive. I feel like the cover still needs something else, so I'm going to go ahead and add a shape. Over here, I'm going to add this shape right here and the one next to it. I'm going to change them to white, and I'm going to group them together, group objects, and now I can kind of move it and adjust. So I'm going to put that over my text. I'm going to go ahead and adjust, put that to the edge a little bit. So again, I can see the margins and make sure I'm staying in, and I can go ahead and center it. See how those lines come up and tell me that I'm centered. Now over here, I'm going to click on this little arrow and I see all the layers. The one that's selected right now is the white shape that I just added, and I can see it's on the top of all the other images. I'm going to move it down. It's just in front of the rectangle that we locked, which is the black rectangle background. Okay, I'm going to put this back. So now we can see, here's our text, which I'm going to go ahead and bring the text to the front of my document so I can edit it. I'm going to change the color of the text now to black. I'm going to change the outline to black. I'm going to lock the shape that we added so I can adjust the text. I'm going to highlight my text. Can make it bigger, center it, and then make these images a little bit bigger too. Make the shark a tad bit bigger and the car as well. So you can always edit the cover however you want. This looks good for me. Now I'm going to show some of these images on the back cover as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download some of my coloring book images as a PNG. I just downloaded 6 images from my coloring book. I'm going to upload those images. Okay, and I'm just going to put these on my coloring book cover. I'm going to group all of them and shrink them all down and arrange them on my page. I'm going to center that middle image right here. Okay, and arrange them all. I'm just going to add in another text box. I'm going to go back to my font that we're using, and I'm going to put 50 coloring pages. Even though our example does not have 50 pages, if I were really creating this, I would have that many pages. Going to do gray text, and I'm going to do effects, go down to border, choose border, and do a white border, and then weight, I'm going to do 100. Okay, and then we can see that everything is within the margins. Down here is where the barcode's going to be, so you don't want to have anything down here in the corner. So this is why I love BookBolt for the book creation process, is because it has all the margins already in there for you. Whenever you press download, then you can download the entire project, and it's already going to have it separated between the cover and the interior file, so you can easily upload to Amazon KDP. Now the last step that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how I do my title and keywords. Here's Titans Pro again. It's going to show me all of the keywords that are related to coloring book for boys. Now, obviously, you don't want to use anything trademarked like Minecraft, Spider-Man, or Batman. And I'm going to screenshot this whole rectangle. Make sure you also get the search results, search volume, demand, opportunity. So get this whole rectangle right here that shows all of your information in your screenshot. So I added that screenshot that I took of the keywords, and I told ChatGPT, here's a list of keywords for my Titans Pro extension. Can you generate a title and subtitle for my coloring book for boys? The title should have my main keyword, coloring book for boys 8 to 12. Can you also give me 7 backend keywords as well? Each keyword slot can have 50 characters. So it gave me a title, subtitle, and it even tells you that the subtitle has multiple high interest themes, but obviously make sure that you have all of those in your coloring book. And then also gives you the 7 backend keywords as well. And then it also asked if I would like a matching book description with built-in SEO text. And so you can just say yes, and it'll generate the book description for you as well. So this is how I use ChatGPT and Canva and BookBolt to create my coloring books. These are all really great tools. Everything will be linked down for you below. If you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know down below what videos you want to see next from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.